Welcome back. It's Sports This Morning. We're broadcasting live from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. And we're reviewing everything that happened right there at the African Athletics Championships in Asaba. You listened to the Golden Girls and the 4x400. They said they took back what South Africa collected from them in Durban. And yeah, I mean, they've shown us time and time again that we can rely on them.
The ladies,
yeah.
anytime.
I know these ladies, we have to take, well, they do everything, the ladies.
They do everything. Yeah. Like you jokingly said, you know, it's only at home that we're the boss. But they do everything better than we do. And, you know, we must say, athletics, football, everywhere, they, you know, with the little support they get, they do the best. We were here, we were honest. Yeah. Even though we were supporting the guys, but, you know, if they had won gold, that would have been the news. But if the ladies win gold, oh yeah, that's what they do. That's what they do. This, we're used to it, and you know, kudos to them as well. You know, and just listening to Patience there, you know, the determination. You took it away, we got it back. You know, and
took it with style.
In style, yeah, yeah. And the guys are nowhere close yet, but hopefully they'll get it.
Hopefully they will get better. That's Nigeria's 4x400 meters. Relay team right there. Good start it was for Nigeria. Things went wrong in the second leg, but it's all good. Good lessons in the bag. But let's listen to Glory Nathaniel. She also did so well. Okay, we'll have Glory.
Let's talk about the kids as well. They were, you know, impressed with what they saw. We talked about the turnout. We talked about, and this moment was the moment where we could have, you know, come ahead of South Africa. But in spite of everything, the kids are happy. They've been inspired by the Nigerian, you know, athletes. And look, the story, a lot of beautiful stories coming out from this one. So the kids, in spite of the time that the event ended, they were all around and had good things to say. Praises for the organizers. Some of them, you know, also hoping that they might be the ones doing this later on. So let's listen to these young ones sharing their thoughts on the African Senior Athletics Championship.
I love sports and I would like to participate. I like the throwing of armor, the discus throwing, and the running around the field with different meters, like 400 meters, 10,000 and etc. I looked up to Divine Odudu because one of the best athletes I've ever seen. He's talented and he has the passion for sport. And I would love to grow up to become more like him. I will become better than him in athletes. And I would like the government to also assist us in training youth that love going to sports, endeavor to create an avenue like a field for students to come together and being a coach that will teach them on how to participate in different sport activities.
Most of the people that are going to participate on it right now, but the one I most know about is football. I know about football very well, and one of my best players is Victor Moses. So I want to be better than him. That's why I need the government to bring in facilities like a field for us to rehearse and to train us more about it, so I can know more about football, to be great players.
I'm interested in running, and my favorite person is Glory. But she ran fast than everybody. Because the other day they was running, she was at the back, but at last she took the first.
I'm an athlete right from 2010. And right, I would say, will I call him my mentor, or will I say my favorite athlete is Odudu Divine? I got to know him when I went into Western Mix, the section 2010 to 2011. Then I was once a footballer. But after the first inter-house was, he was like, why not leave football and come into athletics? You'll be very, very good in athletics. I was like, I don't really like athletes. I want to be a footballer. I said, no, you have to come over. And went for my first competition, school sports at Warri. That's in 2010. And when I came back, when we got there, I went for long distance, 800 and 1.5. I came out second.
Beautiful times right there in Asaba. I keep telling you that sport is all inclusive. So you see the kids also had their own moments and they made role models out of the competition. Listen to that boy. Glory Nathaniel is my model. that she can run so well. So hopefully, administrators are also saying that, look, the future leaders of tomorrow, future champions of tomorrow, they are already dreaming. Can we make their dreams become a reality? That's the question. That's the work we need to do. And that's what we need to give back to the grassroots. Let's welcome Chinasia Ibonye. Joins us now in the studio. Chinasia, it's good to have you on sports this morning.
Good morning, Austin. Good morning, Yemi.
Yeah. Chinasia, I don't know. The competition in Asaba blew up the social media space. And I think in a way, Yemi, Chinasia, that was good positives for athletics in Nigeria. But in all of this championship, what was that special message in it for Nigeria athletics?
Well, for me, it was the fact that, because I heard that they collected gate fees on like some other sporting events we go to, and we see that it's thrown open. And despite the fact that, you know, the fees were taken at the gates, it was packed. It was packed. Okay. Like there was, so it shows you that if we invest in the right, we're a sport-loving country. You know, wherever it is. You know, if we invest in the right talent and all whatnot, we'll just become a world power. You know, we saw the South Africans a couple of years ago. They were nowhere in athletics, but now look at them, rivaling Kenyans, rivaling Nigerians all over the track and field events, on the track and the field. And but good one for me. I like the fact that we discovered some young guys, especially Joy Udo Gabriel, her first ever individual medal. You know, I'm so happy for the young girl. Did her thing in the 100 meters, and also, you know, the 4x1 women. You know, we were able to put a smile on the face of the crowd. Chukwuka Inekochi, the American-born Nigerian, you know, was able to also get a gold medal. So yeah, lots of positives to take away. The 400-meter hurdles women, you know, I can't remember her name now. Glory Nathaniel. Yeah, she also made us proud. So yeah, lots of positive. Of course, when you talk about social media space, there were lots of backlashes here and there from everybody, but I want to focus on what happened. The
moment the athletics began, you know, all those other stories became insignificant. But you look at the quality of the whole event, talking from the standpoint of organization, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, what will you give the organizers? I know it's a tough spot to be.
You know, you can't look away from the fact of what happened. You know, the whole logistics, players athletes getting stranded at the airport and all whatnot. So if you put that in consideration, it definitely dropped the score. It dropped the score, so it will drop the score. So maybe a 5.5.
Wow.
Over 10, yeah.
Wow.
If you put everything in consideration.
Well, it's got a point.
I mean,
if you put everything in consideration,
okay.
In a way, it was called the African Athletics Championships, but it's a world event.
Yes.
Because you have LOC from the IWF. You have Sebastian Coe.
Yeah, he was in the IWF. They were reporting on the event on the page.
Yeah, so it was an international event, and it's not just about logistics or infrastructure. Even players' welfare, athletes' welfare is very, very important. And that's what Sheye Ogunlewe says, look, that if you don't invest in the athletes, when we don't win, don't come and ask us why. Also, the Athletics Federation of Nigeria president is saying, athletes, you must be committed. Let's listen to the AFN president.
South Africa team is here today. They're not being paid for being here. They feel pride in wearing the colors. They struggle to wear South African jersey. Yes, but we have a different setting where athletes want to be paid. Now you must look at it. Paid for appearance or paid for winning a medal. These are two things. If you say paid for appearance, then no matter how it takes, they will get themselves into the team. Maybe not by winning, by any other way. They get themselves into the team and be paid for appearance. And they're comfortable with that. But is that the way for us to go? We want to win medals.
So that's Ibrahim Gusso, the president of the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, clapping back at athletes that are saying, look, you need to do more for players' welfare. Chinasya, he used South Africa as a model. I remember sometime I did a report on funding issues in Nigeria, and we're not anywhere close to South Africa. So I think that was...
Not anywhere close. Not anywhere close. You know, he talked about the fact that South Africans are there without getting paid. Do you know what has gone down? You know, do you know how well they have been funded, how well they have been prepared,
taken care
of. How well they have been taken care of? You know, most times when it comes to athletics and other sports in Nigeria, they really don't care. You know, how after the main tournament or whatever happens, you don't really care. I remember some years ago, there was a competition, I think youth games or whatever, and after the athletes came back at the airport, there was nobody to meet. From the airport, they found their way to their respective homes, you know, and so you don't take care of these guys, and you're telling them not to come out and complain. It's
AFN
funny.
president is forgetting that we know that the under 20 team couldn't go to Finland. That in itself shows that you're not doing more for them.
So
look at them wearing different kits. I saw that. So what sort of preparations, what sort of encouragement when you were not even really organized?
Is it out of place to demand that you have pride representing your country? Is it out of place? I understand the circumstances. We know them. There are some things we cannot say. But is it out of place to still say wear the national colors with pride?
I don't think he needs to say that. Anybody that wears the national colors is wearing it with pride. Because aside that, I don't see what else they will be doing that for. Because how much, at the end of the day, we're not talking about footballers here, we're talking about athletes. How well do they get paid? How well do they, you know? So they do it because, and also to further their own individual aspirations. So yes, I don't think he needs to come out and tell them, these guys are already doing
because,
that.
Yemi, Chinasya, part of what I found out in that research, it's important we put this out there. The South African Athletics Federation even pays individual athletes, pay their coaches.
Yes.
So they say, Simbine, one Commonwealth gold, came to Nigeria, take care of his coaching for 5 years.
Nutritionists, everything.
So that's out of his worry. Sheye will be thinking about that, how to pay his coach, how to pay his nutritionist, how to buy his own tickets.
Looking at the calendar for events to participate in, you know, worrying about conditioning and all that. We have a long way to go.
Yes, we do. So I see, when you're not in the sporting fraternity, it's easy to see these athletes, maybe they go out and they don't really get medals and stuff, and you come out and say, what about them? And I would not blame you because you're none the wiser. But when you know the things these guys go through, you know, you actually give them thumbs up and you keep encouraging them.
Hopefully, guys, we'll just keep hoping that things will get better. Let's talk about the Women's Under-20 World Cup now that is taking place right there in France. We already have some interesting results coming out of that one. Mexico defeating Brazil by 3-2. That's surprising results for you, Yemi and Chinasya. Yes. New Zealand losing by 2-1 to Holland. North Korea 1, England 3, and France defeating Ghana, our African sisters, by 4-1. But the big one is today, Chinasya, Nigeria's Falconers taking on Germany. It sounds scary.
It does, actually. You know, it is scary.
Especially if you look at our preparations.
And see, I'm going to come back to this again. Look at France now. Look at the Dutch team when it comes to football. 10 years ago, these guys were nowhere in this sport. So these things, it doesn't happen, you know, by the whiff. It doesn't just happen like that. It takes years and years of planning and preparation. You know, now France can beat anybody in the world. You know, see their national team. Look at down. It's now trickling down and all whatnot. The Dutch team. I remember who was talking about the Dutch team, Dutch female team. But look at where they are. European champions. They're doing well now. So if you do not have structures in place to to have a conveyor belt where you keep churning out these talents, keep developing them, keep encouraging them. At some point, when you have a talented set or a talented group or a talented generation, after they leave, what happens? You know, how do the young ones start to keep coming out?
You just tell them to have the Nigerian spirit, be patriotic, have pride.
I will see how far that will take you.
Have pride in wearing the jersey, and you just tap them on the back, go and win.
What's our realistic, before we go on break, what's our realistic expectation from this tournament?
That should be. Let's do that. Let's do that after the break, okay. Let's go on this quick break. When we come back, we'll still stay with the ladies, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.